Today I want to share with you how I built a super profitable business using content without becoming an influencer. And this is the exact same strategy that I've used to help literally hundreds of clients through my company Dreampilot Films, the 7-figure production company that I've been building over the last 11 years. Because let's be honest, somewhere along the way, everyone started talking about entrepreneurs. If they want to grow their business, they need to become a full-time influencer. Post every day, chase all the trends, master all the platforms. But at this point, is it like, do we even own our businesses anymore? Or are we just working full time for the algorithm? And if you've ever felt that pressure, like you're constantly falling behind because you're not constantly online, then I want to take the weight off your shoulders today. That's exactly what this video is for. Because the truth is, your business does not need you to be famous. Your business needs people to trust you. And that's where content becomes a profit machine instead of a time drain. So let me tell you how I figured this out. When I first started creating content for my own brand, I thought the goal was attention. More eyeballs equals more engagement, more. And I want to be super honest with you, it doesn't feel good. Every time I sat down to film something, I could feel myself trying too hard, trying to sound smart, trying to impress people, blah, blah, blah. But it just didn't really, honestly, it didn't feel like me. And if that's how you feel when you hit record, I promise you're not alone. But I finally realized something. My biggest client projects at Dreampilot, the ones that transform my business, they didn't come from viral videos. They came from my authority. People saw our work online and said, oh, these guys are legit. And they trusted us before we ever spoke. That's when I flipped my mindset. So content is not an entertainment. It's trust. Entrepreneurs don't need 1 million fans. We need the right 100 people who believe in what we do. And trust is built when you show up in a way that communicates, this is who I am, this is what I know, and this is how I can help you. Not, here's the latest dance or the trending sound or some random quote that I found on Instagram. You don't need to perform. You just need to communicate clearly and confidently what you know and how you can help people. And that is when content finally started working for me. It started driving revenue. It started turning strangers into clients. Not because I was more visible, but because I was more trusted. And here's something else I learned. The way you show up visually changes the way that people value what you say. If your setup looks amateur, people will assume that you're still figuring things out or not willing to invest in your own image. But when your studio looks professional, you don't have to convince people that you're capable. They already feel it. That's why I built my studios the way that I did. It's not about fancy gear. Some of this stuff is honestly like $100. It's about communicating identity. When people see me like this, clean audio, solid lighting, intentional background, they know that I take my message seriously. And they respond differently, which means your environment can close deals before you even speak. Now here's the part that even I took for granted for years, and it's when everything really changed for me. When I stopped trying to create content every single day, and instead I built a system. One day, film all the good stuff, long form stuff like this, which builds authority, and then chop it into short clips that get shared everywhere. Suddenly, content becomes easy. I'm not scrambling for ideas each morning. I'm not worried about trying to stay on trend. I create once and show up literally all month. And that's what I teach now inside the Apex Authority. Because when you have a system, consistency stops feeling like a chore. Now, the biggest transformation for me was internal. And this isn't going to come as a surprise for those that pay attention to me online. I always talk about this. But once I started using content in a way that felt authentic, aligned, and sustainable, I started showing up differently. And literally in every part of my business. Sales calls felt easier. Networking feels more natural. Opportunities found me instead of me chasing them. And that's the power of content done right. It's not about likes. It's about leadership. And you do not need to become an influencer to lead. It's all about confidence. So here's the whole blueprint. Content is trust. Your environment speaks before you do. Build a system, not a habit of scrambling, and let confidence be the byproduct. If this is the kind of content strategy you want where your business grows without your life shrinking, stick around, subscribe. Join me here each week on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, any of the social media platforms, and we'll build your authority together, one powerful piece of content at a time.